Hey everybody, Sam here.
And Angela, and welcome to our channel.
Welcome back to another video. This time we are in the great outdoors. The last video that we were outside, we were finishing our saga and fight with our electrical trench. The trench that we dug to lay conduit to have eventually the privilege of having power run to our home. That video left off with you guys. We said we're done, let's get it inspected, and that was it. So this video is going to cover how the inspection went, covering it up, plus using this piece of machinery behind Angela to do final grading on our property.
Yay! Let's go. So the story of the inspection is not really a big story. We had one guy come out. We didn't even know he was here until he called to say, I don't see this. And so Sam's like, what? Why? And he's like, oh, I'm here. I'm doing your inspection. You passed. Awesome. So we called the other guy to see if he was going to be able to make it out, and he said, oh, I've already been there this morning, like 7 o'clock. Awesome! Does that mean we passed? Yeah, you passed, you're good. You can fill it in. Wow, that was very uneventful. Which is good, but like, I don't know, I expected some more pomps and circumstance, whatever you say. I expected more of that, but it was just, no, you're good, fill it in. So that was nice to hear, and we are good to go now. So here is the video of us filling it back in and all the fun we had with it.
I'd say this is going really good. If I'm honest, it's actually going better than I was afraid it was going to go with this tractor, the scrape blade, and going backwards. That soil, or rather it's dirt. There's no nutrients in it to be called soil. So that dirt is mostly rock and hard clay. It has sat there in the weather for about 2 weeks now, been packed down, and is pretty tough. But the old Ford here is doing it okay. I did place a phone a friend, see if my brother was bored today and wanted to bring over his big John Deere 5 Series tractor with a bucket on the front. I think he said yes. He's currently at the stockyard selling cattle or buying cattle. I don't know. He raises beef. So he's out there right now, but he said he'd probably come by and see us as long as the rain doesn't happen. So fingers crossed it's just going to get cloudy on us and windy. That would be awesome, and no rain. So either way, let's fire it up and get back to work. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You're almost old enough to run this, but not for this kind of stuff. It's a little bit tricky. It is a lot of back and forth work. I wish I had a hydrostatic, but hey, this is better than a shovel and cheaper than a rental now that it's paid for. And it's just like, mm-hmm. Just as soon as I ran this thing out of gas, and we figured, well, let's take a break, my brother showed up in his big monster John Deere 5 Series front end loader, which was perfect timing. I knew he was going to try and come by sometime today, but I figured he would call or text. Just showed up. It was great timing. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this up with fuel, get it out of the way, and then let him have access to it. Because honestly, that thing's going so much faster and easier. And if somebody's willing to help you, best thing you can do, step aside and let them help. This is going to be difficult to do without getting gas in
all
the
over.
face.
Can you stand up on the tractor to do it?
Well, that's just intelligent.
At least you're above it.
Yes, you're showing off your intelligence.
Didn't marry me for my looks.
I just thought I was marrying you for your looks.
10 minutes later.
No, this will go quick. Unfortunately, $28 of fuel will go real fast right here. making quick work of that, which is very nice. I appreciate it. It is amazing to see the difference between the machines. I mean, it is a larger, more powerful front loader, yes. But this is also the difference between a front loader and just having a rear scrape blade. For him, he can move dirt where he doesn't have to put his tires. For a rear blade, you have to drive over or drive on the place where you want your blade to work. As I was trying earlier to scrape it at an angle, I would have to put my front tires so close to that edge that it was dangerous. Honestly, it was dangerous. As you can see, the difference with a front loader is he can put the bucket where the work needs to be, hang it out over the trench while keeping all 4 tires engaged on the ground safely and securely. It is also cool to see how his 4-wheel drive tractor has been needed to be 4-wheel drive on a few things. And he's actually gotten some bucket loads that have been so heavy, I've seen the back wheels come off the ground, which is a lot of weight. That is a very big tractor, and he has loaded rear tires. So, pretty cool. In one bucket, he's able to do so much more than we could do with this thing, and immensely more than by a shovel and by hand. Take a look at that. That looks beautiful to me. I no longer have a mountain of dirt and rock and junk and an open trench. We now have a mostly filled in trench, a somewhat compacted trench, and no mountains of dirt. This is doable. This I can fix, smooth out, and feather with my tractor and the blade. This is great. So big kudos to my brother Adam for coming over, showing up with his big tractor, and honestly working for like an hour and a half straight to get this part done. Awesome.
So guys, this is a whole bunch of Legos I have. Stormtrooper, and I call this the Destroid. There's a kyber saber crystal in here, which you can't see it, that do the shields. And these 2 are rockets and guns, 2 hands, and to make it look tall. Anyway, this is easy to fall apart. Well, the feet is so easy. It can come apart like this, so easy. A lot of Legos. Oh, and even a real battle droid.
Roger, roger. And you?
I have this cute little house that I made, and there's some computers in there and a chair, and the door opens.
Okay, I gotta say this. You guys are horribly dirty. Like dirt dirty. Good grief. I want to hose you guys off.
Oh, it's so going to be so cold.
Yeah, but it'll feel good. All right, fine. We'll leaf blow you first, and then I'm going to hose you off. Welcome to the great outdoors. We're behind our house in what is soon to be our backyard. We have an equipment rental to have some fun with today because we're going to be working outside. Tell them what we're doing.
We are going to be working on drainage against the house and backfilling some and all that kind of fun stuff.
Yep, we have already laid down a 100-foot section of 4-inch corrugated pipe that is covered in a sock. It is to keep the soil from penetrating the pipe, and it is laying up next to the footer of our block foundation. This is just to catch any rainwater runoff that gets down there in the area and get it out away from the home. We don't have any groundwater issues out here, thank goodness. So this pipe honestly is more than is done in most of the areas in the homes around here, but it's one of the extra measures we wanted to take just because it's here, it's exposed. Let's just do it and we know it's done.
This is the easiest point ever it'll be to put this in.
Yes. So we have the drain in place. It is up next to the house. We have a skid steer rented, which is a cool piece of equipment. It's our first time really renting a skid steer. Should be fun learning how to drive it. And then otherwise, what we're going to be doing is taking the topsoil that was removed whenever they graded and cut the house pad and backfilling up against the foundation wall of the house to give us positive slope and drainage away and finish grade our backyard.
And then front yard.
Yep, and then front yard. And then side yard and everywhere else.
We might as well place some. I mean, come on.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's go. So here we have dirt pile number 1, dirt pile number 2. Now while this one has been here a little bit longer, you can tell here the difference between topsoil and dirt. The dirt has been sitting there at least probably 2 months, and yet it has nothing growing on it. And this one, you can't even see the dirt underneath because everything is growing on it. We are going to be pulling from this for the back, and then probably for a little bit from the front, and use this one over here to backfill the front a lot more. So Sam has added the soil all along the back side. Now he's going to go through and try and pack it down and not touch the foundation at all. Because the block wall is just sitting there, it can be tipped over. So he's going to try to stay away from it.
mantis. Well, Daddy found it on the side of the house.
Very cool.
This is an older one, and so far I found 3 out here on this property.
Drive it over to the other side of the workshop. Just dump it out. You'll see that it blocks. Angel's gonna go take that load of block over and dump it back behind my workshop where my Sam's salvage yard is. A bunch of material leftovers. I want to show you guys real quick to look at the sock material. It comes separate from the pipe. It basically looks like a black sock, really, it's what it is. But this thing here is a 100-foot roll. You open up this cardboard, it creates a tube or a sleeve. You pass the black pipe through this, tie one end, and just pull it out. Pretty much like putting a sock on. I guess that's why I always call it a sock, and I think other people might too, I don't know. Either way, I'm gonna unroll this pipe, put the sock on, and then lay it right here along the front, right at the foundation line, and let it go on out to daylight at the under end of the house. What I mean by go to daylight, and that's what I was digging down there, is where you allow the pipe to maintain its pitch, its drop, and its flow until it eventually goes to daylight. In other words, the ground tapers away and the pipe is now exposed. We're going to do that here on this end. It's going to be out in the field a little bit ways, but we're going to be able to do it here so that we can backfill around the front of the house and wrap around the end there where the mini split and everything's going to go to give us a nice finished grade and nice look, yet have our drain way out of the way and not in the way. Good. There we go. Drain pipe is put in place. Now we'll get on the skid steer and start backfilling.
wait to see forever came and after the rain. And I will see forever rain and I will see my rain. When I can stand and be the same, when I can bring the rain. You wait the rain, oh, up and say the rain. I'm driving rain, I'm driving rain, I'm driving rain, I'm driving rain.
Well, what was your thoughts? I was like in the zone all day, just dust and stuff. So, what were your thoughts?
Well, I think it looks great. It's amazing how close to the door the ground is now.
We did gain about, what, about 2 feet, we think?
Something like that. You don't normally get that with mobile homes, at least that we've dealt with. So, that's pretty awesome.
It is, and that's totally thanks to having the block foundation. They are designed and they are built in a way that you can backfill against them, just like we did. So that's yet again another benefit of having a block foundation.
So otherwise, I had fun watching you.
Did you? I mean, it was fun. It's pretty fun running machinery. It was extremely hot today, and just like, I would try to wipe sweat out of my eyes, and it would be gritty and grainy.
Well, your cheeks and everything are kind of coated, honey.
Yeah, I've got a whole other shade of tan going on today.
There you go.
Tennessee tan sand.
The powder look.
Powder. You remember that movie called Powder?
Yes.
That was a pretty cool movie. Anybody out there remember that movie? Bend some spoons. Yeah. I get quickly derailed into movie pop culture, as you guys probably know by now.
Yes, you do.
So I'm really pleased with how well I was able to get the skid steer. I feel like we're able to get it pretty dialed in, pretty detailed.
Mm-hmm.
Looks pretty good. We have our positive drainage 360 degrees around the house.
Mm-hmm.
Our foundation drains are gone where they're supposed to be, down below.
Right. They are hidden.
Never to be seen or thought of again, we hope. The only evidence is like out in the field. I guess about 40 feet away from the house, there's a little black pipe. So
That's pretty good.
it is. Hey, I'm pleased. I'm as happy as you can be with dirt.
Because you know what that means.
I totally know what that means. Tell everybody what that means.
That means that we are ready to put on our decks, porches, however you want to call it.
Yep, and have our mini split, install the pad, hook it up, and ring ring Mr. Electrician, come do your stuff. We're ready to move back into our house.
Yes! Yay!
So close. That's 3 things. Our giant to-do
we have
list.
to do the floor and...
I forgot about the bedroom floor. We only have a handful of things left and we're done. Given building porches and decks is not a small thing, of course.
I don't know, compared to like climbing on the floor and ripping it out and stuff like that, this is nice building.
The heat is going to be the kicker for the decks and
Yeah.
porches. That might be start it in the morning, have a siesta, resume at like whatever time this is.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock, yeah. It may just be one of those things. I mean, that's probably the smartest way to go.
Well, I feel like decks are something that it goes quick. Like there is big improvements made. It's not like finishing drywall where it's like, are you done yet?
Right, yeah. Building decks and porches is framing, and framing's fast.
So,
Cool. All right, well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, getting to see the trench totally backfilled, inspected, we're all good, and our final grading done around the whole house. Front yard, backyard, side yard.
In preparation for porches and decks.
That's right.
Well guys, thanks for coming along. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Otherwise, we will see you next time on the homestead.
See you guys.
Bye.
I am dying from heat. We're gonna go in the camper, have a cool drink. Everybody's gonna think that's liquor. That's not.
If any... Well guys, thanks for coming along. If you have any questions or comments,
You know,
really,
I mean, I was gonna
you
get
were
eat.
like,
So we're heading under the camper and yeah, bye.
it makes me think of Bruce Almighty. Yeah.
Thanks, you segued me into another video. Movie.
See, I
Whatever.
guess I do it too.
Well, it wasn't a fly.
Up the nose. Yep.
There's no way that's properly exposed. So the end. Wow, can't see me. Probably because the camera's like, what is going on?
Well, thanks guys for coming along. If you have any...
Thanks guys. Well guys, thanks. You changed up your grammar.
What?
You're messing with me. Okay, we gotta have some bloopers. Now let's see if the camera sees a face anywhere on the screen. I feel like you're just over on the edge. Are you on the edge? Is there any faces here? We have our foundation vents totally disappeared. The only evidence that they're even down there is out in the field, the little pipes coming out of the ground.
Drains.
What'd I say?
Vents.
Phooey. We'll say that again, I guess. Well, let's block the bright sunlight. Any faces down here, camera? Hello? No. Where's Angel when we need her?
I was like, why are they covered up?
How did I segue into that? I'm like, again on a split a second here. You guys see how dirty I am? Look! Ah, like dirt dirty.
Too.
I now see the benefit of skid steers with cabs. With the doors on the front, every time I would go to scoop dirt or whatever, it would just cloud me. Dust bath. I don't have to worry about chicken mites, I guess.
There you go.